Alfred Joseph Albano graduated summa cum laude and Phi Beta Kappa from Hamilton College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in chemistry. He was the recipient of numerous collegiate honors and served as resident advisor, a chemistry tutor, and head of a volunteer program that assisted mentally challenged adolescents. Following graduation, he accepted a position at Deloitte Consulting in New York City, working on strategy and process improvement for nonprofit organizations. He then went on to do research at the Duke University Clinical Research Institute, where he co-authored 2 articles in topics related to cardiology. Here at UMass, Al has played a leadership role in student government, serving as an elected member of the Student Body Committee for 4 years and as its president for 1. He also served as our university student trustee and as a student representative on the Clinical Years Committee, a subcommittee of the Educational Policy Committee. His contributions were recognized by his peers with a Student Body Committee Leadership Award. Al was a participant in our 4-year Pathways program on serving underserved and multicultural populations. As part of this program, he traveled to Guatemala to volunteer and participate in a project that helps provide an education to the indigent children of Guatemala City. Al will be doing his internal medicine residency at Emory University School of Medicine in Georgia. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the School of Medicine class speaker, Alfred Albano.
Wow, thank you very much for that wonderful introduction, Dr. Lazar. To be honest, I'm just excited I made it up on stage okay, carrying that flag. You know, I'm not the most coordinated person, but the tip of that thing is like the spear of a Roman phalanx. I just kept telling myself, thank God I'm in a room full of doctors. You know, I'm extremely honored to have the opportunity to speak on this momentous occasion, and also extremely proud. Proud in knowing that I represent a medical school class that is unquestionably the finest, most distinguished, smartest, and certainly the best-looking group of individuals to ever walk the halls of UMass Medical School, the class of 2007. Now, since everything today in medicine is evidence-based, I'm sure you'd like to know if I have any data to back up how good our class really is. Well, the answer is no, I don't. In fact, I kind of just made all that stuff up. One of the parents slipped me a $50 bill this morning to say something nice about the graduates. I am very humbled to share the podium today with Dr. Craig Mello, who, as you know, was recently awarded the 2006 Nobel Prize in Medicine. I actually have a confession to make to Dr. Mello. As some of you may know, I appear in a UMass-sponsored television commercial highlighting Dr. Mello's wonderful achievement. Well, a few of my childhood friends saw the commercial and somehow thought that I had also won a Nobel Prize. Now, since I felt like this wasn't entirely outside the realm of possibility, certainly not probable, but possible, who was I to deny it? In fact, I told my friends, you know what? Winning that Nobel Prize really wasn't all that difficult. It has been a fantastic 4 years here at UMass, and before I speak about the future, I thought I might reflect a little on the past. After all, what's the real value of medical education without reflection? So allow me to offer a brief recap of our past 4 years together at UMass Medical School. First year is really a bit of a blur. I don't remember all that much. To be honest, I think I was asleep most of the time. And when I wasn't sleeping, much of my time was spent trying to prevent my 2 anatomy partners from dissecting each other. I'm not kidding. Our anatomy group made the Ultimate Fighting Challenge look like the Gardening Channel. Let us, however, not forget the single most important thing we learned in first-year physiology, that the Beverly Hills Cop theme song was recorded by Harold Faltermeyer in 1984. The second year of medical school hit us like a Dice-K fastball. Looking back on what was the hardest year of our medical training, I liken the experience to cocktail hour at a New Jersey wedding. You are enticed by the many delectable options, the stuffed mushrooms, clams casino, mussels marinara, and of course, the mulligatawny soup. But you know if you eat everything on display, you're going to throw up. It's inevitable. In the second year of medical school, you don't really have a choice. Everything just gets shoved down your throat. But you know what? That's okay, because medical school is really all about regurgitation anyways. We then went on to take step one of the U.S. medical licensing exam. Most normal people take $500 and fly to Europe, not us. We use it to take an 8-hour exam that makes you feel like your head just came out of a vice grip. It's like my parents always tell me, Al, you have all the smarts in the world, but of common sense, you have none. Third year initially appeared like a refuge, but we quickly discovered its intense challenges as well. On surgery, we tirelessly retracted for hours in the OR while being repeatedly showered with questions and deluged with criticisms. On pediatrics, it took us about 2 weeks to realize that the guy playing with the Rainbow Bright and Tonka truck during rounds was actually our resident. We learned one very hard lesson during OBGYN. Regardless of what you're doing, always, and I do mean always, wear shoe covers. Finally, thanks to our medicine rotation, we will all graduate today with a dual degree in creative writing. Our fourth year of medical school clearly represented the eye of the storm for us all. I think we've slept more this year than in the past 3 years combined. Remarkably, sleeping until 8 a.m. and doing half the work somehow now gets us outstanding grades on all our rotations. If only we had realized this formula of success years ago. But seriously, I hope that we've all used the extra time we've had this year to reflect a little on our medical school experience. I personally have thought a lot about how I would like to conduct myself as a physician, and I'd like to highlight what I believe to be the most important virtues of a good doctor. 1, humility. Regardless of our success in this profession, we must never lose sight of the fact that maintaining humility is one of the most important qualities of a great doctor. The best physicians stand with their patients, not above them. 2, compassion. As we prescribe billions of dollars of drugs and innovative therapies for our patients, we should never forget about our most powerful medicine, compassion. It remains the only time-tested panacea for suffering. 3, integrity. Albert Einstein once said, "Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value." Maintain high morals, be truthful to your patients and colleagues, and avoid situations that may encourage you to bend or break your own ethical codes. Remember, despite what you learned playing Monopoly, there really is no such thing as free parking. 4, teamwork. One person cannot whistle a symphony, just as one doctor cannot run a hospital ward. Embrace your colleagues, learn from each other, become a catalyst for teaching and collaboration. If you have a desire to distinguish yourself, then stand tall without standing on others. And of course, always respect the nurses. Five, dedication. While the transition from short to long white coats will certainly bolster our fashion, which for medical students is generally terrible anyway, our promotion to physician will require a new level of determination. To meet these new challenges, I urge you, fellow classmates, to strive for excellence in all that you do. In your worst hour, in your busiest call night, give nothing less than your best effort. Constantly remind yourselves that lives are at stake, and what your patients need most is a doctor. On behalf of all my fellow graduates, I would like to sincerely thank the administration and the faculty of the medical school for all their hard work and devotion throughout the years. We will never forget you or all the wonderful things you have taught us. And Dr. Lazar, you especially, we will never forget everything that you have done for this medical school. I think this day is bittersweet for all students at UMass. Bitter in the sense that we are no doubt losing someone who is unquestionably the finest medical school chancellor in the country but sweet in that the future students of this medical school will get to know Dr. Lazar on a deeper level as a faculty member. They will share in his lifelong wealth of knowledge and his funny anecdotes. And for that, I am envious. I would also like to thank the parents and the relatives of all the medical students in the audience for their love, support, and of course, money. We know that this day would never be possible without you. Your admiration of our accomplishment today, while great, pales in comparison to our appreciation for the sacrifices you have made for us. Class of 2007, none of us have yet to achieve true greatness, but we are all one step closer than we were yesterday. Although I am proud and excited about what we have all achieved here today, I am even more excited to hear about what our respective accomplishments will be 10, 15, even 30 years from now. It's really pretty overwhelming to even think about the possibilities. Given the remarkable talent in this class, I think that I will most likely have to lie again about winning a Nobel Prize just to compete with what some of you are destined to achieve. Congratulations.
Terrific. I know you're all like that. It was just flip of the coin that you picked him, right?